or someone that you maybe had around you every day for the last 2 years. So I find, like, with anything, like, I think we said several times today, like, it's just time. Eventually time will heal everything, and you just have to pace your time. No one can rush you on how long it's going to take for you to adjust or get accustomed to a new way of life, because change, losing someone is a big change.
That's a good point, yeah. And then just on the topic of forgiveness that Chanel brought up, like, what are your thoughts on that and how they relate to regaining focus and healing?
You definitely want to be able to let go and trust people, not for them necessarily, or move on from someone doing wrong to you. And it's not necessarily for them; it's more or less for yourself, because you don't necessarily want to have that baggage on yourself. So sometimes you just have to find a peace within yourself and then just move on. I definitely agree with her.
Have you ever had to forgive someone in order to move forward in a case of loss?
Yeah, I think so. And it definitely was for myself, me forgiving them, because I just didn't want the weight of anger or just any negativity on my heart towards that person. It's just too much energy to walk around angry at someone.
Right. Tawanda?
So you're asking if I ever had to forgive someone?
Yes, to work through an instance or a situation of loss.
I would have to say yes, and forgiveness is tricky. Of course, forgiveness is necessary, and it's not really for them; it's for ourselves. But yeah, I've definitely had to do that in a lot of situations and instances, and hasn't really been easy. But most of the time, I end up coming to terms with it.
So these are just 10 ways that that distractions can derail our focus and prevent us from productive activity. Just to rehash, the number one reason was tragic loss, death, divorce, separation, any type of tragic loss, also romantic loss. Number 2 was bad health and disease. 3 was social media. 4 was transition and change. 5 was too many goals. 6 was friendship troubles. 7 was family problems. 8 was financial struggles. 9 was procrastination, and 10 is laziness. It is important that we were able to identify these ways in order to address them head on and to regain focus on the goals that we have in our lives. Being able to discuss these things, like you guys have identified just in the conversations that we've had, several ways that you were able to conquer the distractions, conquer the derailments, and move forward, whether it was by taking the time to heal, whether it was by adjusting your schedule, whether it was by forgiveness. You guys have been able to discuss so many different ways that you've utilized these strengths to regain your focus and regain your mental and emotional and spiritual health so that you could regain your focus and the things that were most important to you in your life. So we want to continue to work on these ways so that we can overcome the distractions and move on to greater focus-driven goals. So the last question that I'm going to ask for tonight, and this is just in continuation with the larger theme of how to focus on goals, is this. What was the major goal that you had after regaining your focus from whatever transition or change? Chanel, would you like to go first?
Mine was to be a homeowner again. When I initially separated, I was in an apartment, and within a year I had to I had to relocate to Texas because my father was ill, and I was in an apartment there. Then I came back here after a year or so, and after another year, it took me a few years. I was finally able to get into a house, but I just wanted to be able to raise my child in my house, our own home again. But it took some time.
It took time, but you did it.
Yeah, praise God, yes.
Right. Good job. Tawanda?
Okay, I was on mute. What's the question again?
What was the goal or the goal that you were able to accomplish or regain focus in after getting through those spaces of distraction? What was the major goal that you accomplished?
The major goal was getting back to work, getting back to business, being focused, socializing, not being reclusive. You know, there was a period of time to where, like when I was saying about the last situation, that like a really bad breakup, I didn't really go out. I didn't socialize. People were like, hey, come, let's go to karaoke, or let's go here, let's go there. I'm like, no, don't want to go. So I just kind of like turned into Wonder Woman and said, hey, now it's time to get up and get out. So that's what I did.
All right, great. Corinne?
I think that what I started doing was basically, I guess, just getting back to my old routine. So I just started basically trying to go after my dreams, like Tawana said, like back to the grind.
The major focus for me after regaining my focus was to basically work for myself and be self-sufficient. And so far, it's been okay. So I'm going to start wrapping it up, unless anyone else has another point that they would like to bring up. I want to thank all of you ladies for your participation tonight. What is the topic for tomorrow?
Tomorrow's topic is, of course, you put me on the spot right when I wasn't ready. But tomorrow's topic is actually health and wealth.
Health and wealth. Awesome.
Yeah.
So I want to, again, thank you guys and thank you, ladies, for participating. We want to remind you to join us at our website at realgirlfriends.org or email us at realgirlfriends7@gmail. You can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and YouTube. And unless anyone else has something to say, I want to wrap it up for tonight. You guys have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you.